Hey YouTube, 06Actual here. Today is my introduction video for survival in preparing an SHTF WROL situation. Today I'm going to give you my theories and my beliefs on the 4 essential elements in order to survive an SHTF WROL. Again, this is my theory. This is what I am actually putting into preparation, and this is what I'm actually executing. I am not trying to say this is the only way that you can do it. This is my way of doing it. So, brief introduction to what we're going to talk about today, because I will do follow-up videos afterwards. The 4 basic essentials that I believe that you need to have in an SHTF/WROL situation is going to be security, which is the top and the most priority. You're going to need your supplies or your life essentials. You're going to need communication, and you're going to need community. And what I mean by community is not just the neighborhood that you live in, not just your neighbors, not just the city you live in, not even the state. We will cover community in another video because it really gets too in-depth for right now. Right now, I'd like to talk about security and what it is going to take to obtain security in an SHTF type of situation. Depending on the actual situation, whether it's short-term or long-term, at this point, no one knows. You could be prepping for a majority of things, anywhere from an economic collapse to the tornadoes that just happened in Joplin to the earthquakes that just happened in Japan a few months ago. For whatever reason that you're going to prep, the first thing you need to think about is security. Now, the reason, again, that I'm doing this video is because once you go on YouTube and you start looking into prepping and survival and your eyes get open to this big community of tactical information that's out there, it's a little bit overwhelming. You start doing your research and you think, wow, I don't even have 4 days worth of food in my house, or I don't have enough blankets, or I don't have enough water, I don't have enough food, I don't have enough guns. It gets overwhelming. So what I wanted to do today was come out to some of the new preppers and say, here is a game plan that you can put together. It is not a step-by-step method of instructions by no means, but this is a platform that you can follow in order to make things a little bit easier. This is the platform that I worked off of for the last 3-4 months that I've been prepping. Security is first. Security was always first in the military when I was in. Security is always first when I go out in town. Security, security, security. So, security, yes, you're going to need guns, you're going to need ammunition, you're going to need the cool knives, yada, yada, yada. Okay? When I'm talking about security, I'm talking about more than just the cool guns and knives. Okay? You're going to need other elements to make sure that your home or homestead is protected. Okay? For your security. Do you have an alarm system? Do you have solar power backup? Do you have caches? Do you have any type of system set up in your house or your residence or your apartment, condominium, townhouse? Do you have any sort of security plan set up in your house for you and your family if SHTF happens? Again, that's the main focus that I worked on, was security. So what I did was I went down, I started purchasing some rounds, some ammunition, some weapons. I've already had a pretty extensive weapon collection from the days that I was in the military, but I started thinking what might be necessary. A bug out bag, things like that. Although I don't plan on bugging out, I plan on bugging in. I do have it, and it is human nature that in a bad case scenario, and if we're getting overran, we will leave to survive. So I have a family of 4, so not only do I pack for myself, I also pack a bug out bag for my wife and each one of my kids. And I put things in there that they'll need, and I'll cover the bug out bags in a different video than this one right now. Also for security, I've went out and yes, I've invested in an alarm system for my house. Does that help if we lose electricity? No, not really, but for right now it does. I also have other forms of security around my house that work off of battery and solar power right now. I will do a video on that later that will show if, say, the gate on my fence opens up, I get an alert from the inside, and it runs strictly off battery power. I believe Yankee Prepper's got a video out right now of some other devices that he uses for security, and it's a great video as well. So check that one out as well. So again, like I said, the main thing you want to do is focus on your goal for prepping. What am I prepping for? Remember the 4 essentials: security, what supplies am I going to need, communications, and community. Remember those 4 and start off your prepping accordingly. If money is not a limit, then hey, you shouldn't have to worry about it too awful much. I'll cover in my next video about prepping on a budget, because I do have a budget like most everybody else. I'll show you some key ways that I've saved money on prepping, and also I'll show you a few little shortcuts that you can do to save a few extra bucks while you're prepping at the house. So once again, this is 06Actual. Please rate, comment, and let me know any video ideas or anything else like that, and if I have the subject matter experience on that, then I will go ahead and put that video out. Thanks for tuning in.